There's a lot of gifts to give this holiday season, but the gift we are talking about today is you. Welcome back to the channel. Second joyful mystery. Today we're talking about the Visitation. The visitation of Mary to her cousin Elizabeth. Before we get into it, I do just want to say I am by no means an expert on most of the content that I put out. I am just one man, one guy's opinion, and I love the rosary and I love Mary and a lot of the teachings around this topic, but I have not gone to seminary. I have not gotten a degree in theology. This is mostly just fruits of my own prayer and fruits of my vocation and my marriage. But without further ado, if you do like this stuff, make sure that you like the video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And there's also this thing, the little bell. If you hit the bell, it notifies you of when videos are posted so that you can actually see it right when it comes out. But let's hop into the scripture. I'm going to flash it up on screen now while I'm talking so you can read it, pause the video, and enjoy it. That end there is called the Magnificat. It's a very beautiful prayer that you can reflect and pray with at your own leisure. Leisure, tomato, you know. But unsurprisingly, my wife is way better at this one than me, so I am calling in the reinforcements with a 1, a 2. Hey, do you like the magic trick?
Very nice.
We're talking about the gift of self today, and the greatest gift to myself is right here next to me.
Very sweet.
So as I said before, the Visitation is when Mary traveled with Jesus in her womb to visit her cousin Elizabeth. And this was actually an 81-mile journey from Nazareth to Hebron in the hill country, as it said in the gospel. 81 miles on a donkey. Pregnant. And she spent 3 months there. So she was pregnant for a whole trimester of her pregnancy, carrying and visiting with her cousin. Bethany, why does this mystery speak to you?
So I pray about the gift of self really often. I pray about trying to witness to Christ in my daily life, and I'm in physician assistant school, so I try to. The only way I really can do that with friends who aren't necessarily super interested in our faith is just in conversation. So I try to be genuinely interested in people and ask them questions and be genuinely affectionate and try to give myself as a gift that way.
Maybe you'll even travel across the classroom to go be with someone you don't normally
talk to, yeah.
As we see in the gospel passage in Luke that John leapt for joy in Elizabeth's womb, and she greets Mary and Jesus in the womb with great joy. Elizabeth's greeting, "Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus." That's straight from Scripture.
So we see that when Mary went to see Elizabeth, Elizabeth greeted her with joy. John leapt for joy, and Mary gives us an example here, as she does throughout the Gospels, of what happens when we choose to give ourselves sacrificially and generously to others. We bring the presence and the joy of Christ. I pray a lot about witnessing Christ to my classmates in simple conversations, and in general, I think in order to give yourself as a gift to others, you have to be conscious of how you're doing. So taking care of yourself, which means spending time in prayer, spending time doing the things you like doing, eating healthy, sleeping well, exercising, although I'm not great at that.
Easier said than done for all of us.
A lot to take in, but I think the more we strive to build ourselves up, the better we can give to others. And another thing about that is I'll find myself, with anything there's balance and virtue to be struck, so you can't be so obsessed about that, because I'll sometimes struggle with, oh my goodness, if I don't do great at all these things, then I'm not going to be able to be a good ambassador for Christ. But you can never underestimate God's generosity, because he will always provide whatever you need to witness his face to others and his love, if that's what you want to do.
So gift of self is not just bringing yourself to others, it's bringing Christ to others through yourself.
It's pretty amazing that Elizabeth was able to look at Mary and see that she was bearing the Son of God. And the reason she was probably able to recognize that was because she was a faithful woman herself. So she made time in her daily life, to sit with the Lord and make space for him. And in the same way, we are called to make space for the Lord every day in prayer so that we can recognize him in others as they strive to show his face to us.
So you got to treat yourself to be able to treat other people. Line from our favorite show. I used to go to a homeless shelter in St. Louis where I thought I was a great gift to them. I thought I was going to be of service to others, which I did service for the sake of others, but really to go and bring Christ to others, you can't look at it that way. I had to start to flip my brain and kind of retrain my brain to understand that I was also getting something from these gentlemen. These gentlemen had things to offer me. Actually, a lot of them are at the shelter today because it's their faith that brought them back to understand that they needed help and that they needed others. So through that, we can learn from others, and we need to always understand that others are gifts to us and work on being receptive and being able to receive love well.
And that comes from humility.
In summary, Bethany?
So, in summary, we can learn from Our Lady in giving of ourselves generously and having the hope that if we strive to do that, we will not only be giving ourselves, we'll be bringing Christ. And in order to bring Christ to others, we need to make space in our day to know him and receive him and be humble enough to receive him, because we should recognize we can do nothing on our own. And in order to give the best gift of ourselves possible, we should strive to take good care of ourselves, but recognize that his grace is never outdone in generosity.
In giving, we receive. That's a prayer from St. Francis. Thank you for being with us today. We really appreciate you tuning in. Do all those great things like subscribe, share with friends, hit the notification bell. And from us to you, through Mary. Advent sale on our rosaries, Advent 10, all Advent long. Use that on our website. Buy a friend a gift.